of my 5-day motivation makeover challenge. I am so happy with all the messages that I've got on all the posts that you've shared. So thank you so much for those. And by now you should have a really good idea of where you're going and what it's going to take for you to get there. So we have done some awesome work over the last couple of videos. We've got clarity on where you're at with your goals and what it's going to take to get you to the next level, and we've set some very actionable steps for you to take. So what we're going to do today is set some amazing actions for how we're going to handle it when shit goes sideways, because I promise you it inevitably is going to, okay? There is one thing that I need you to know for sure. Motivation is temporary. It's just a little burst of emotions that inspires us to take action, and it makes you feel like absolutely anything is achievable. And don't get me wrong, motivation is absolutely amazing. But what happens is you get a little bump in the road and your motivation just fizzles down to nothing because you're not quite sure how to handle it. And that's where I see people fall down all the time, is that they are not prepared for the obstacles that are inevitably going to come their way. Have you been there before? Have you found that you've had this massive burst of motivation and then something unexpected has come up and it's all just gone into a pile of rubbish? I feel like everyone's been there before. I've been there a million times. What we want to do today is just get you really well equipped for when those little bumps come up, you know exactly how you're going to handle them, or you've got the right support to reach out to. So the first thing that I want to share with you is this really important quote: strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things that you once thought you couldn't. Now, I could read you 1,001 motivational quotes and inspirational stuff, but the thing is, I'm just going to be real with you, because there's not one motivational quote that's going to cut it. This shit is hard, like it's pure and simple. There are days where you are not going to want to go to the gym. There are days where you're going to really want to just sit on the couch, watch Netflix, eat pizza and ice cream, and just throw all your goals out the window. And how you behave in those moments is what's going to define your success or failure. It's literally how you handle the unmotivated times. And that's regardless of whatever your goal is, whether that's financial, career, health and fitness. You're not always going to be motivated. There's going to be times where you're going to think, fuck it, I'm just going to put those shoes or that bag or that holiday on the credit card and worry about it later if your goal is finances. And like I said before, how you behave in those moments is what defines you. How you do anything is how you do everything. And I really want you to understand the importance of this. The way that you behave and the actions that you choose to take, because it is a choice. We choose our actions, whether consciously or unconsciously. That will determine whether you succeed or you fail. It's all about being conscious of your actions and choosing your attitude. Now, I really want you to just take a moment to ask yourself the question: what type of person are you? Are you the type of person that half-asses things and tries to put in as little effort as possible? That whether that be at work, in the gym, in your relationships? Are you that type of person that wants everything to fall into your lap? Or are you the type of person that goes out there and works for what you want and does what it takes? Because you need to be honest with yourself about what that is, about who you are and what you're willing to do to get what you want. If there's no moral obligation for you to be hardworking and to achieve loads of different things, but if that's the case and you don't want that, then be honest with yourself, and that's absolutely fine. But if you do want that, be honest with yourself again about what it's going to take to get there and whether or not you're willing to put in the work. So just take some time and really ask yourself, do you do the bare minimum and then get pissed off when things aren't all rainbows and unicorns? And how do you behave when tough days do come? Do you just give in? Do you let yourself off the hook? Do you tell yourself oh, I had a hard day, I'm tired, I'm not going to do the thing that I said I would do? Or are you like a victim mentality where you're like, oh, poor me, everything went wrong, I don't have time, I'll do it tomorrow, I'm too busy? Or are you the type of person that tells yourself, I want this goal and I will do what it takes for me to get to it. I will show up even in the times when I don't feel like it, even in the times when it's hard. Actually no, especially in the times when it's hard, because they're the times that it really matters. They are the times that it's going to make a difference to you, okay? So really just shut your eyes, journal this out, and really think about how you behave in those moments, and not only that, how you want to behave in those moments, because once you're conscious of these actions, you can take steps to change it. This is not like a be all and end all, and that's what I'm here for, is to help you work through those behavioural patterns that you might have that you need to break, because we can change everything once we're aware of it. So Muhammad Ali very famously said, when asked how many push-ups he can do, he was like, I don't know, I only count when it starts hurting. He said that when he feels pain, that's when he starts to count, because that's when it really counts. And this is just a perfect example of mindset, attitude, and choosing your actions. Now, I know it's a really extreme example, but I just really wanted to get through to you what I actually mean when I'm saying pushing through the obstacles, pushing through when it's hard, and choosing whether you want to succeed or not. True change comes from pushing through the hard things, from getting yourself out of your comfort zone, from doing the things that you don't want to do, and showing yourself what you're truly capable of. That is when the magic happens. That is when you truly change. And now I just really want you to think about the last time that you were uncomfortable. How did you behave? Like, did you push through? Did you push through the discomfort even though it was hard? And did you get that amazing feeling of gratification for doing the hard thing and not giving up? Or maybe you let yourself off the hook and told yourself, oh, don't worry, I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe you were like, oh, I'm too tired, or this excuse. Like, be honest with yourself. Like, just recognize your behaviors, your patterns, and then we can take the necessary steps to improve them, okay? And I know that this isn't the most fun activity to do. Like, trust me, I am the most positive person you'll ever meet. I'm all rainbows and unicorns and butterflies, and I absolutely hate looking at anything other than the bright side. It makes me really uncomfortable, to be honest. But I promise you that if you can identify your obstacles, your self-sabotaging behaviours, and just not sugarcoat it, don't bullshit yourself, don't make excuses for yourself, but just sit with it and be like, you know what, this is where I'm not good enough. This is what sucks about me. This is where I always give in. This is a very unhelpful behaviour that I always do, and it's not serving me. This is the most transformative thing that you could ever possibly do. As long as you don't just sit there and beat yourself up, just remove any judgment from it, remove any negative association with your behaviours, and remember that they don't define you. They're just actions that you're taking, and we can just take different actions once you have the support and guidance that you need, okay? Just sit there and make a few notes, like journal, and just write what is holding me back. Really think about it. Think about anything that you do that stops you from getting to where you want to be, okay? Now, the one thing that I need you to know about self-sabotaging behaviours, willpower, all of those things, awareness is 80%, but they can be changed once we become aware and conscious of what they are. So, whether that be in business, in finance, in any problem that you undertake, we talk about risk management and damage limitation, and your fitness is no exception to that, okay? There are risks, which are the obstacles that we're talking about, and there are circumstances that do have the potential to completely trip you up and derail you. But what we're working on right now is setting up risk management or risk assessments that will help you to handle these obstacles and completely overcome them. So just for clarity, I wanted to give you some examples of the obstacles or excuses that might come up for you. So these are things like if you find yourself saying, I do really well during the week, but I always ruin it all at the weekend. Or I'm too tired, I don't have time, I'm too busy, I'm too old, I'm too young. My friends always want to socialise around food, my family are feeders, things like that. Now there's nothing to say that these are not valid excuses. They're real situations that happen in our lives. But if they're the things that you find keep tripping you up, then we just need to work on those and how we can overcome those obstacles. Now your homework is to answer the following 4 questions. Question number 1, what type of person are you? Answer honestly, okay, without judgment. Question number 2. What excuses do you have or have you had in the past? Question number 3. When was the last time you were uncomfortable and you had to push through something you didn't want to do? And how did you handle that situation? How did you behave? And question number 4. What is holding you back in your life right now? And remember to share your homework with the group if you're comfortable, or if you're still a little bit shy, please message me directly for your chance to win. And remember, I absolutely love hearing from you. So if you need any help or you just want to reach out, please let me know. And if you do get stuck, remember this is my area of expertise. I'm here to help you. So if you find you're struggling through this, please message me and I'll help you work through it. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how you can set up your risk assessment so that you can have action steps in place for when these obstacles come up. I can't wait to see you then.